Hello, good people. Good evening from this part of the world, to be precise, Kenya, East Africa. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tende_Marwa. To the returning subscribers, thank you for always finding time to come watch my videos. I don't take it for granted. And also are new here, consider to hit that subscription button and not forgetting the notification bell to alert you whenever I upload a new video. My good people, always comment, like, and share. And if you have been watching me without subscribing, kindly do so today. And if it's your first time to land here, just make it your home, because here you'll always get cultural videos, get vlogs, village vlogs. You'll also fashion, things to do with fashion, and also beauty, not forgetting travel, good people. So it is a beautiful evening, because I can see it is 4 p.m. and I've just come back from church, and it was a blessed Sunday. Yeah. And to be honest, I know, and I'm 100% sure that I come from a blessed village. Why am I saying so? It is a blessing after blessing, blessing after blessing. Like today I was feeling like, count your blessing, name them one by one. Sometimes back we used to think that we come from a very unrecognized village and minority community here in Kenya. But you know what? God works in a miraculous way. I mean, I'll preach. So I'm saying so because I've been away for like, I don't know, 2 to 3 days. And I came back and boom, I just met good news. Yesterday, as I was lighting on the stage, I saw a group of students. So I was so surprised, because I knew they were to come in here, they were to visit our village in July. As a courtesy of Ayamaro, I remember he did announce, I think it is early this year or late last year after the party, he did announce that students were coming here in the month of July. So I was not expecting them. Unfortunately, I missed that occasion that took place yesterday at Ayamaro's place. But honestly, I haven't missed in totality. I haven't missed it in totality, because I did see my neighbor, who is a lecturer in the US, in one of the universities in the US. So he was with these students. So the students are here, and what a coincidence, good people. They are here to do a research or to study the impact of social media and technology to the society, what it has done to the society. And they're coming in at the perfect and right time. Let me say so. Forgive me, but I have to say it is they have come in at a perfect and right time, because right now, as we speak right now, Kenyans are on fire. Twitter is on X is on fire. Social media platform TikTok is on fire. You know why? Because young boys and girls are protesting against an financial bill here in Kenya, and they're using social media to pass their message, to mobilize people, or to mobilize other fellow youths. Yeah. As we speak right now, like yesterday, there was an online meeting for 10 hours non-stop. That's when I knew Kenya is another country that I don't know where to categorize it, because we all know, those who are in the media space and those who are in the internet space, they know what I'm talking about. They know when Kenyans decide, they can bring you down within a minute. I remember there is a time they forced our former president, that is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, to delete his Twitter account, or his X account, his Twitter account. By then it was called Twitter. You know, he had to delete, and he quit completely from having an account on the Twitter. So I'm saying, so it is a privilege and a blessing in disguise at the same time, because as we speak, like today, it was Operation Occupy Church. That was the tag going round. All the youths were supposed to go to church, and their voice had to be heard, because they need to speak directly to the religious leaders to stop offering the politicians pulpits to speak out or to air out their wherever their politics. Church and politics should be set aside. So today it was Operation Occupy Church. That was the hashtag. Today people were in church, and yesterday, so the youths decided they need to go to church and their voice has to be heard. And if any politician made a mistake of coming to church asking for a pulpit to air his wherever, to campaign about the financial bill, they wouldn't be allowed. So good people, I'm saying it is a perfect time, and they did wise to choose Kenya. And to be more precise, they had it when they chose Nyabuhanse village as a case study. We all know Nyabuhanse village, in fact, last year, December, from say November, December to this year, Nyabuhanse village has been the most famous, I don't know, village on white streets. Because courtesy of who? Ayamaro. You know, God works in a very, very mysterious way, good people. And to be honest, if they are coming to do a research on the impact of technology and social media to the society, with us here, the positive side outweighs the negative side, or the positive impact outweighs the negative impact. Why am I saying so? Ayamaro was the first guy to introduce or to share about YouTube with fellow youths here in the village. He did introduce it to them. Some of us were doing YouTube for fun. Like for me, my previous YouTube channel, I was doing it for fun, because by then I was a full-time reporter, and I would post videos just for fun, and I would do faceless what do you call them, faceless videos, where I would narrate videos where I've seen a unique video, and post it. I used to do it in a faceless way, so no one knew how I had ever seen my face until last year on YouTube, to be honest. And I was doing it for fun, but unfortunately I lost the account due to copyright issues. There is that day I did post a clip from Ukraine during this Russia and Ukraine war, and that was the end of it. But honestly, in my previous account, I was doing it for fun, and I was doing it in Swahili language, because I loved Swahili so much, and I still love Swahili so much. So most of my viewers or subscribers were from the coastal part of Kenya, and from Tanzania, and from DRC Congo, part of them, and a few from Germany, because I used to work with one of the organization from there. So good people, having said that, for those who have been watching Ayamaro for the longest time, we all have to accept that Ayamaro is a force to reckon with. Maro came from a very humble background to where he is today. Personally, Ayamaro is a village mate, and also a family friend, and also we did school with him in one school, that is Reverend David Duveskog, and is a great friend of my brother, who is Mandela Marwa. So me, on a personal basis, I know this guy because I used to see him come at our place, come visit us most of the time when they closed schools. He used to come. He's a great friend of my brother, and one thing about this guy is that he is always selfless and humble. Those two things you can never take them from Ayamaro. So Marwa, the last time we did speak with him, it was in Nairobi, where he was doing sales and marketing for a certain company. But later I heard that he has traveled to Colombia to do a voluntary work, something of that sort, teaching. Then, to cut the story short, he started a new YouTube channel. You can go watch his uh, previous video. He will explain to you how he started his YouTube channel. For 7 good years, this guy have been struggling and making and investing financially, emotionally, and every other angle, you see. So he finally made it. And so many people didn't know that he was a YouTuber. They just thought he used to do something else, especially here in the village. He had a breakthrough, I think it was in 2019, where he started building his parents' house, because his previous homestead, I remember he used to share a house or a room with the goats, and the roofs were leaking. He came from a very, very humble background, that guy. So that's why he's still humble to date. So he did build his parents a beautiful house. Then after that, still people are not aware of him. They didn't know. For those who are a bit exposed and they know internet, how it works, whatever, they knew him, but they didn't know that the money he was making from the YouTube is the same money he was using to build a house. So to them, they used to think it is just for he's doing it for fun. So the guy built the house. Then later, I think he started being known last year, but one a time when a certain lady called a young girl called Anna. Anna is one of his neighbor daughter, and this girl had an issue. She needed some stationery, that is school stationery. So she wrote a letter and addressed it to him. So to avoid a lot of complication, the guy decided to read out the letter on the video for so he decided to read that letter on the video. For those who have been following him keenly, they will know who I'm talking about. And he read the letter on the video, and the girl got support. And there is a day he was vlogging, and he passed at their home, that is Anna's home. And we did see a peach tree. Yes, here in the village or in the countryside, here in Africa, most homes do have peach trees, outdoor peach trees, but theirs was in a very deplorable condition. It was unfit. As much as it was an outdoor peach tree, it wasn't all that good. So after that, after Marwa vlogging this video, someone came out and requested Marwa that he would like, or she would like, to build a modern toilet for them. When Marwa received the cash, he said no. Let's build them a house, because their house was leaking. Now that's when I remember Nyabohanse started becoming famous, because Marwa broke the internet. He broke the internet by building Mama Ant's house for around 10 days, and it was the help of those people who did it voluntarily, and his subscribers who supported 1, 2, 2, 3 things. And that's why he started becoming known here in the village. And he also broke the internet, good people. They called him all sorts of names. Yeah. So Good people. After Mama Ann's construction, we saw Ayamaro introducing so many young boys here or villagers, helping them to open a YouTube account, and one of them was Mayugno. Mayugno is someone who loves English, is a very pleasant person, who loves Swahili, I mean, and is a very pleasant person. I can remember he used to struggle so hard to communicate in English, but he because of his personality, he was a comedian. People loved this guy and they subscribed, and within a few months, Mayugno was able to buy a land and also started building. He also have a very beautiful house, and he has other houses that also have another house that is not yet complete, but it is in the process. We saw other people like Fellow the Boy. It is Marwa who introduced him on YouTube, helped him to open a YouTube channel. He has a homestead and a land out of YouTube. Just to name a few, we are without forgetting Nasto. Nasto have been on YouTube, but it is Maro who introduced him. He was among the first people who were helped by Maro to open YouTube channel. I can remember also Cloud Joseph is one of them, or one of the boys that Ayamaro helped out. And right now, Cloud Joseph has a land and he has started building. And also, without forgetting Mapopo. Mapopo also has a beautiful house and the land where he bought out of YouTube. And this is all is courtesy of Ayamarwa. Not forgetting the Burundian traveler, good people. He has a beautiful, beautiful um, villa called Villa Caribbean. This is all out of YouTube. And for me, for the first time, I saw Burundian traveler during Mama Ann's construction. That's when I knew Burundian traveler, and I saw him, Marwa, giving him a shout out. And as this goes by, we also have young girls. Diana Kemi, she has a beautiful house that she's constructing. It is not yet complete, but she's on her final stage. She bought also a land out of what? YouTube. And Maro has been so helpful to so many people. Because of Ayamaro, so many young girls and boys who are unable to further their education got scholarship. There is also a widow here in the village who is a wife to a late friend of ours called Zach. And we can see his children also got sponsors who are helping him out just because of YouTube. And to continue further, we have people like Royal Kim is also a YouTuber who Ayamaro introduced. Right now he has a land and he has a very unique cabin house. His house is the most unique among the YouTubers here, and because he decided to build a cabin to start by, as time goes by he will improve. So during the party that is last year, in the month of December, people had a privilege of networking, people from all walks of life, from Kenya, outside Kenya, from Africa, and also outside Africa. People came in, and people were able to network, they were able to learn. And during that time, that's when Marwa introduced the masterclass. Having said that, all these people were inspired by Marwa because of his villa. It's Villa Medellin. During that time, in the last year, December, that's when he was launching his villa. After building it for so many years, so he completed it last year, and he had a party. So many people are inspired and were inspiring to be just like him, not only here in the village, also outside Kenya, yeah, and also outside the continent of Africa. Marwa is a blessed and selfless person because they knew in life, if you want to succeed, make sure those people around you also are successful. successful, because if not that, my goodness, you'll be the center of let me say, the center of what? Hatred. Yeah. Marwa is a selfless person. He decided to empower people around him so that they can empower others to avoid that notion like he's the only one who has made it. He was not selfish with the knowledge, so that's why he introduced so many young boys and girls who are in this village, who are learned and those who are not learned. But he did show them. He didn't only give us fish, but he also taught us how to fish, and he went further to show us the best method to use in order to do what? To catch fish, good people. That's when he introduced the master class. For those who don't know, there is a master class. You can go and find out from my Ayamaro account. There's a link. I don't know whether it's still going on. Personally, I haven't registered, good people. So good people, as we are talking right now, by those people, or by the students coming from US to Africa, and to be precise, Kenya, and in Nyabohanse village, it is a plus for us. Having said that, it is a perfect time, and I think the university made a great selection by choosing Nyabohanse village as a case study, um, to study or do research on the impact of social media and technology to the society. And that is they came in at a perfect time. As you are speaking right now, in Kenya, internet or social media has taken over, because we are young generation, that is Generation Z, or youths are using the power of social media to mobilize, to pass their requests, to pass their opinion, to pass their grievances, to pass their feeling and their rights. Yeah? You know, in the past 3 days in Kenya, we have been protesting. Youths have been on the street for the longest. They are protesting against the finance bill here in Kenya, and I don't want to go into detail about it. So, like yesterday, there was a 10-hour non-stop, 10 hours non-stop meeting, good people, online meeting, where youths were so vocal, where they were talking and discussing um, matters affecting them, and they were talking and pushing for the release of one of the protesters, or one of the activists who went missing, Billy the Goat. And people were pushing their voices to be heard through social media, good people. As we speak right now, today was on a Sunday, so in church the hashtag was Operation Occupy Church. Operation Occupy Church was all about denouncing politicians who tried to share the pulpit with our religious leaders to voice their opinion about the finance bill. And also the youths were standing firm and vocal against church leaders who are allowing or giving the pulpit to politicians to air their politics. So that's what it was all about, and this is all through the aid of what? Social media. It was through TikTok, X, and Facebook, and Instagram. Everywhere the hashtag was reject. So good people, I think the students are here in the village at the right time for their study. But here in the village, what I can say is that the positive or the advantage of social media, or the impact of technology and social media, outweighs the disadvantage of the social media impact of social media. Why am I saying so? Because as I've told you, so, I have so many young, vibrant boys and girls or youths who are jobless. They at least have a source of income courtesy of YouTube. And also, those who are also learned, they are not yet employed, they have a place they can get something. Let's talk of an example of it is Nasto. It is Nasto is a degree holder in journalism, but he wasn't practicing it because of joblessness, and he was working in uh, uh, um, transportation in one of the bus companies here in Kenya, where he was issuing tickets. But you know what? After some time, he called it quit and concentrated on YouTube, and that's why you can see the result. He has now a house, he has a plot, he has a place that he calls home out of YouTube earning, good people. So to us here in the village, it is a perfect case study, because here in the village, the advantages or the impact of technology and social media to the society, especially here in our community here, the advantage outweighs the disadvantages. We can say that there is no disadvantages, but the advantages carries the day. Let's be honest. And this is all courtesy of Ayamaro. Let's give the Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and to God what belongs to God. God used him to empower people. God used him to uplift other people. So he's a selfless person, in that there is a saying that to succeed in life, make sure the people around you also do what? Do succeed, or else you'll be the punching bag. So Marwa was so generous. He knew if he doesn't introduce these other people who are around him, if he doesn't empower people who are around him, there will be a baggage upon his life. So he was so selfless. He gave out the fish. He went ahead and taught us how to fish, and he has gone ahead to give us to show us the methods on how to fish, where I've told you of the master class. So good people, it is a plus for us here in the village, and it is also a perfect time for these students to come here in the village, and especially here in Kenya. I'm saying I am Marwa to the world, and it is a Yabuhanse village to the world, good people. So digital space is the place to right now that we can create so many jobs, but they have embedded it with high tax rates. That's why most of the content creators are in the streets, and also them taxing something like sanitary pads. We are fighting against ending period poverty, but with them, instead of helping women to end this period poverty, in case they're making it more worse. That's some of the reasons as to why the youths are on the streets, taxing like things like diapers, imported ones. We don't know. That's why many youths are in the streets protesting and rejecting this finance bill. But unfortunately, good people, as we speak, we lost two youths so far, and a policeman or a police officer lost its arms, lost his arms, and the youth succumbed to death through bleeding, excessive bleeding on a Thursday night. There was a shootout between police. The police shot at the protesters. It was around 7 p.m. and he shoot at the protesters to make them scatter. And unfortunately, the bullet caught the one of the youth, a 29-year-old at the thigh. 29-year-old guy died of because he lost a lot of blood. People were crying out loud, even to the police officers, to help him, and they turned a deaf ear. So by the time the ambulance came in and he was rushed to the hospital, he had lost a lot of blood, so he died at age 29. We also lost another youth at age 23 yesterday, where he was hit by a canister, a tear gas canister at his on his private parts. As a result, the parts were his private parts were swollen. He couldn't walk. He died yesterday, good people, while receiving treatment at Kenyatta National Hospital. That is one of the referral hospitals here in Kenya. That it is situated in the capital. And also, one of the police officers, lost his arms because he delayed in releasing it, and it exploded on his arms, and he lost his both arms, so they were cut. So as we speak, we also have some people missing. I don't know, by the time I'm recording this video, yesterday the 10-hour online meeting was all about one of the, what do we call them, one of the activists went missing, called Billy the Goat. I don't know whether he has been released, because he was arrested from his home, and no one knows where the whereabouts of this activist. So people were protesting online and pushing for his release and wanting to know where he is. So that is the situation right now. Some activists are missing, we don't know where they are, and some are running away to hide because the government or the police officers are looking for them. They're hunting them down one by one, so we don't know where they are. Some are hiding, and I pray and hope that they are safe wherever they are, good people. So when it comes to internet space here in Kenya, it is a powerful tool.